This is the final warning. Ray Dalio is sounding the alarm. He put out an article on Twitter that's going absolutely, or X, that's going absolutely viral. It's time to pay attention. It's so important for you to really, really understand. And that's what the point of this video is. I'm going to incessantly repeat the same things over and over and over again until it gets ingrained in your subconscious mind, because what gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes your unconscious activity. The reason why we take this as entertainment is because we've been deeply indoctrinated into a system that makes us monetary debt slaves. But what Ray Dalio is talking about is historical patterns that have happened over and over again. And I've been preaching this since 2020. I've been showing you his changing world order. And we made changes based on it starting in 2020, going into 2021, and we radically transformed our family's life. But I'm here to tell you guys, you should expect hyperinflation as we go into 2029. If you start to go into a market that's going to get you profits, remember there's offense and defense. Listen to me, write this down, please. There's offense and defense. Offense looks like this. Offense is crypto, stock market. So what they've taught you to do is to put your money in offense. This is what your retirement looks like. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. You're trying to hit the fish in the barrel. Imagine if you retired from 2006 to 2008 when the financial collapse happened. That's a vertical strategy. You went to school, you got a job, you got a 401k, you did everything you were told, and then boom, they rip your retirement out from under you. You need offense and defense. And why Ray Dalio is preaching gold, 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 a little bit of Bitcoin. Robert Kiyosaki, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Take out the asset class. You can argue all day about the asset class. Why am I preaching XRP and Bitcoin? Because they're fixed supply assets. We can argue all day about this or that. And I'll tell you what, pick your poison. The US dollar's collapsed 96 to 97%. And as you put your money in the bank, they take your money and lend it out 9 times over. They have 0% fractional reserves now, guys. They keep 0% in transitory accounts, transaction accounts. 0%. They lend out 100% of your money. So why I'm doing these videos and this education is so you can understand how to position yourselves as these things transition. That's all it is a cycle. Okay. I'm not shocked that his article is going absolutely parabolic and going viral now because people are awakening to this. And when I talk about February 20th, this Friday, I think it's Friday coming up. Tomorrow, Wednesday is the 18th. Now, yeah, it's February 20th, 2020. It's not a flip of a switch. It's not a price prediction. The markets aren't going to go straight up or go straight down. It is a energetic 36-year cycle and transition, just like Ray Dalio was talking about, transition into the new decentralized cooperation, centralized systems getting destroyed, financialization to production, okay, debt expansion. This has to reset itself, guys. You can't continue in a system like this, but during the transition, it's going to be extremely bumpy. So let's dive in. And then on the back end, I'll share with you how I am protecting my family and my ecosystem that I built out called Capel DR. It is not an investment. It is hard work, discipline, and dedication and understanding how to navigate these macroeconomic cycles. So back in February 3rd, 2026, Ray Dalio, let me just make sure my microphone's working here. Test, test. Back in February, let's see, test, test. Oh, we're working. Cool, we're good. Ray Dalio warns the world. So this was in February 3rd, 2026. Ray Dalio warns the world is on the brink of a capital war. Okay, so I'm going to explain the different modalities of that. Legendary investor Ray Dalio said on Tuesday, world is on brink of a capital war. He said central banks are sovereign and sovereign wealth funds are already preparing measures like foreign exchange and capital controls. What's happening is around the world, it's not shocking that gold's at an all-time high. Well, then the silver squeeze, paper gold, there's a lot of whole thing that goes into that. But governments around the world, central banks are stacking gold. So this was back in July 29, 2025. Ray Dalio warns investors to allocate 15%, alligator, eat up that crypto. Allocate 15% of their portfolio to gold and crypto because of skyrocketing US governmental debt. Okay. So what does that mean? What does this even mean? Okay. Gold and crypto. So he's talking about Bitcoin and gold. And why would people want to move their money into gold? Okay. It's God's money. It's always held value. So just for me personally, I use Bitcoin as my gold. I use silver as my precious metal, and I'll explain my offense and defense. And I'm just going to share with you my exact strategy. Okay. I'm just going to lay it out on the table for you at the back end of this video. Okay. So this is the article that went absolutely viral. I'm going to bring it down to this part, but I want to show you this. So 76 million people. Look at that. This shows you the awakening in humanity right now. 76 million people have read. I don't know if they read this article. This would be viewed. 80,000 likes, 20,000 shares. There's a great awakening happening. Okay. So this is the five major kinds of fights between currencies. And then I'm going to show you guys this, which you're familiar with, which I bring up. And I'm going to explain to you how I position myself. So look, doesn't that look just like a market? Okay. That's how it works, guys. You have to understand this stuff. And that's how you can navigate. That's how I created Capital DR. I navigate through economic cycles. Okay. So there's five major kinds of fights between countries: trade, economic wars, technology, capital wars, and geopolitical wars. Okay. Let's begin briefly defining them. And guys, we're almost have five of them, which is crazy. So trade and economic wars is conflicts over tariffs, imports, exports, restrictions, and other ways of damaging a rival economically. So Trump threw massive tariffs. That's what threw the bull run off in 2025. So we have the trade war going on right now. Technology wars, conflicts over which technologies are shared and which are held as protected aspects of national security. You keep hearing about technology wars, AI technology, national security. Boom, we got that going on. Geopolitical wars, conflicts over territory, alliances are resolved through negotiations and explicit or implicit, I can't say that word, commitments, not fighting. Okay. We have geopolitical wars going on, capital wars. Okay. Conflict imposed through financial tools such as sanctions, cutting off money and credit by punishing institutions and governments that offer it. Biden took Russia off the SWIFT system. So we got trade wars going on. We got technology wars going on. We got geopolitical wars. Okay. We got capital wars. And within America, we have the left and right separated, and the right and right MAGA is going against each other now because of the Epstein files. Okay. This is all happening, guys. And I'm going to show you what it looks like in Ray Dalio's changing world order. Okay. We literally hit all the buckets. Military wars, conflicts that involve actual shooting and deployment of military forces. So we'll see where we go with that part. Okay. So let's dive into this. So let's walk through this together. Okay. We're in class now. Let's look at this. 13. So this is the top of a world order and then the decline. We'll go 13 through 18 and let's see if we've hit all the buckets. Okay. Large debts. Bingo. 38 trillion, 1 trillion in credit card debt. America's at 120% debt to income ratio. China's at 300 and Japan's at 500% debt to income ratio. So we in America have more debt than we have income. Printing of money. They printed more money than in history from 2020 to 2024. And they're about to turn this printing machine on full blast, debasing your currency. Internal conflict. Well, not only do we have left and right against each other, we have right and right going against each other. We have MAGA turning against MAGA now. Okay, and that's dangerous. It's very dangerous to see everybody's getting distracted. Everybody's getting played right now. Okay. Loss of reserve currency. We are still the strongest currency in the world, but we have deflated 96 to 97%. Stablecoin Act. Clarity Act. Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. Trump, out of billionaires, is the largest holder in Bitcoin. Interesting. That's really interesting. They're positioning themselves. Weak leadership. Guys, you're seeing it on X now. I mean, people are now going against Trump, people that really supported Trump. Like these are things you need to pay attention to. I know you want to emotionally get involved in this stuff, but listen to me, guys. There's a lot of craziness that's happening based on these cycles. This is a cycle that happens over and over and over again. When you start to see the right go against the right, and you're starting to see that separation now, and now people that were fully supporting are going against now, we're heading into dangerous territory economically, guys. This is the rise and fall of superpowers. Civil war and revolution, it's happening right now in America. Okay, so what does this look like and where do we go from here? Okay, so I'll break down how I've navigated through this. Now, this was all, we'll look at the markets. This is Merlin, smartest way to track your crypto. So the markets are 2.3 trillion. So I started to know this at a very deep level in 2020 when I started studying Ray Dalio's Changing World Order. So I was like, man, And I went through the bull run, I saw it go up and I saw it come collapsing down. So I was like, well, if that's how the cycles happen, if it's just a wave of energy, well, let's go back to this really quickly, because if you just think of this economically, spiritually, economically, and how it happens over and over again in history over 500 years, that's all that happens, guys. It goes up, comes down, new world order, it goes up, it comes down. That's how it works. You're just a victim of it because you've been indoctrinated to be inside of the cycle. You can't see the cycle that you're in. Okay, you can't see it. Here's an example. If you get nailed by a wave, right? So when you get rocked, boom, and you get hit, you're supposed to relax and come up with the wave. And there's usually a series of waves, and eventually those waves will stop hitting you. There'll be a gap where you could get to safety, right, in the ocean. Okay. But if you fight it, you're in the washing machine. You can't even see. Everybody's fighting, right? But when you relax and you come up, you can actually see the cycle. You can see the waves, right? That's how it works. And how do you do that? Coming to the middle ground. How do you get to the middle ground? How do you get to calmness? How do you get to stoicism? By getting your shit together spiritually, physically, and financially. So, what does that look like? Okay, let me go through a financial perspective. I'll go into physical and I'll go into, so let's start with spiritual first. Go physical, then financial. Okay, and I'm going to break down my exact portfolio for you. So, spiritual, what I do is I cover my family with prayer. Every single morning I wake up, I open my eyes, 3:15. I close my eyes, my alarm goes off. I'm not saying people have to wake up. I'm an early bird. This is my body operates like that. I'm not saying you have to work at 3:15. That's what I do. I go to bed at 7:30. So no, that's going to be a comment. I'm in bed by 7:30, fully asleep by 8:30 every single night. Very, very patterned, extremely routine. Okay. So it's 3:15. I open my eyes, alarm goes off. I take my phone, I put it on my stomach, and I have this meditation music. I close my eyes, I pray, and I pray for wisdom. God, give me wisdom over my content. God, give me wisdom over my day, over my businesses, over my companies. Let me lead, and I go through my whole prayer. Then I open them and I close them back down. And then I do manifestation. Okay. I pray over my family. I do manifestation and I picture my day at 7:30, it already completed in the things that I did. Okay. Then this is what I do. And this is my own little warrior brain. And this is what I do. I actually picture the armor of God being put on me. I take out my sword and then I go to battle and I stay present. I'm here with you guys. I'm present. My next meeting's coming up. I'll be present in that meeting. Then I go to war. And then at night, I sheathe the sword and I ask myself, did I go to battle for my family spiritually, physically, and financially? Okay. We pray over our food in our family. I do a Bible study every single Tuesday. I post on X. I don't go to a church. I don't prescribe to a religion. I prescribe to God and Jesus Christ. I'm not against religion or churches. It's just I'm with God every single day. I feel like I'm a Christian by my actions. So that's my spiritual thing. And I lead my family spiritually. Physically, I'm almost 50 years old. I'll be 50 very, very soon. I got my blood tested. I have the blood of they said, like a Ferrari, right? My blood's like a 22-year-old man. I'm almost 50 years old. I'm in the best shape of my life. My body fat is in very, very elite category, right? I'm lean, I'm fit, my blood is good. And so I make it a commitment to do cardio 3 to 5 times a week, right? I train with my trainer. We do weapons training. We do self-defense training. We do physical training, right? And I stay super active. So I'm physically fit and able to protect my family. That's my job. I have a 21-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son, and he is full of energy, and I can run around with him. I can protect him. I can do all the things I need to do. That's physically. I watch what goes into my mouth. I watch what I do with my physical body. Then financially, okay, so this is what you're probably waiting for, the financial part. But you can't have financial wealth and prosperity without maturity, okay? And that takes spiritual maturity, physical maturity. It all works together. You can't have one without the other, okay? So financially, here's how it works. Capital DR, I invented it. Okay. C is cash flow. A is assets. P is protection. L is leverage. Plus DR, de-risk, 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 because this is what it looks like. You're not going to beat the cycle. It's not different this time. The next meme coin isn't going to save you. The next cryptocurrency isn't going to save you. Okay. There's a reason why Kevin O'Leary and some of the top people are consolidating all their cryptos into the top 4. Okay. You have to understand how this works. Every cycle, there's hype, there's hopium, there's price predictions. I finally realized that doesn't work. A plan actually works. So C is cash flow. So during the last bull run, I created cash flow. I did the only thing I knew how to do. I own 6 companies now, and I'm not recommending people do that. I have a lot of active income. I have 6 different companies, 3 are in heavy profit. But what I do with my profits is I scale my companies, richest or cash flow quadrant. So I scale, I make sure I pay people well, and I build my ecosystems. And so we have 32 team members, and I scale, I make sure they're paid well, I make sure they have resources, and that scales me up and eventually out of the businesses. But what I do with my cash flow from the businesses, my income, active income, is I turn it into more cash flow. So you can do that with a job. With your job, you can transmute a percentage of it into dividend stocks. So I use dividend stocks. Okay. So now I have active income that creates cash flow, 10%. Outside of debts and non-negotiables, I run lean and mean. The income and cash flow from the dividends go into assets based on these cycles. So right now I'm hyper focused on offense and defense, which I'll explain. So I'm focused on deflationary assets that beat inflation. I don't give a crap what you invest in. You have to beat inflation. Okay. They are going to devalue the crap out of your currency. They have since 1913. It's not going to get any better. Okay. So I personally like things like XRP, fixed supply. Yes, it's 100 billion, but it's deflationary by its utility. And I understand XRP. Bitcoin, it's one of the most scarce assets in the world. Okay. If you don't believe in it, don't invest in it. I'm not asking you to. I'm telling you what I do. 21 million. There's only 5% left. And I'm working to get as much Bitcoin as I can. And I hope that it collapses down to 40,000 by October. And I'm going to continue to gobble it up like Pac-Man. Number 3 is WLFI. That would be my most speculative investment. I'm banking that World Liberty Financial is going to be the new format of the world banks that are decentralized, that are governed by the people. That's my most speculative investment. Number 4 is Solana, SOL, Solana. Okay. Those are my top 4, and I'm sticking with them. And I'm actually only accumulating those 4. Okay. Stock side, ABTC, American Bitcoin, Bitcoin Mining Company, and Bitcoin Treasury. XXI, which is the number 3 Bitcoin Treasury, which is connected to Jack Mallers, which is connected to Cantor through 21 Capital. Okay. So I have 2 big Bitcoin Treasury mining stocks. Okay. Then where are we at here? Oh, then so that's on the offensive side. Okay. Then we got defense. Okay. So protection. So that's A. When my A goes up and down, okay, because this is what your portfolio, your retirement looks like. I'm not trying to catch fish in a barrel. When it goes up, I use Merlin right here. You can actually go download Merlin. Let me pull this up here real quick. I'm the co-founder and creator of this. We use Merlin, and we help you. It's our demo account. And you can actually create exit targets. We don't sit there and watch things go up and down. We don't rubberneck. We set up exit targets, okay? So you see how it has exit targets? So as it goes up, I calmly buy people's greed, and I pull down into P, protection. Protection's cash value life insurance, okay? I buy more dividend stocks to create more cash flow, okay? Silver, copper, and I'm using Berkshire. For me, Berkshire is phenomenal. I love Warren Buffett. I love God rest Charlie Munger's soul. I absolutely love their teachings. I love their wisdom. I study everything I can about them. I'm a Warren Buffett style investor in cryptocurrency. So my defense is cash value life insurance, number 1. Got silver, physical silver, paper copper, stocks, and that's going to be a trade for me. It's kind of represents, and then Bitcoin is in defense as well. I'm never selling my Bitcoin. Okay, that's defense. That's stability. Okay. So that holds the house down. And then when these markets come collapsing down, I de-risked out. And then when they come collapsing down and you're running from the market, you're panic selling, I'm leveraging my cash value life insurance to buy your fear. And now I took $1, put it into cash value life insurance. I made it $2, and I go buy your fear, and then I make it $3. That's capital DR. We leverage to buy cash flow and to buy assets. We don't leverage to take away from our future labor. That's how we got indoctrinated. What we are taught is to go to school, trade time for money. Your income is someone else's debt. You put your debt into the bank, they lend it 9 times over. Okay. Then you go monetize debt, a car loan, an auto loan, a credit card, and you're taking away from future labor. You haven't even worked yet. And now you have to slave for the rest of your life to survive. You retire and you can't touch your 401k as they're trading the same thing that uses as an investment that you can't touch. By the time you retire, when you take that out of your retirement, you've lost about half of the value of your currency if you worked about 40 years at 2 to 3% inflation, and then you get taxed on that money. And that's the trap. So what we do is when we leverage, we don't leverage digital assets. Be very, very careful. And if you heard me explain my Bitcoin, that's paid off. Okay. Do not listen to anybody telling you to leverage your digital assets or leverage to trade. Don't do it. You're going to get wrecked. We leverage on the insurance side. Okay. No liquidation risk, principal protected. We can borrow at low interest rates to buy the red to repeat the cycle. So that's exactly what I do, guys. There's so many things happening right now, like with the Clarity Act and all, guys, all this stuff is being delayed because until they can profit off it, well, it'll keep getting delayed. Like, this isn't a battle between crypto and banking, guys. Like, it's not. I think we think that, but behind the scenes, they're all coming together to bring us into a decentralized net. TradFi, traditional finance, is going to become DeFi. DeFi is going to become TradFi. Coinbase, you'll be able to do all your banking there. Ripple, they're more for commercial side, but like Kraken, you'll be able to do your banking there. Okay, so your job is to figure out how to ride this wave, not get smashed by it. Okay, price predictions will wreck you. Hopium will wreck you. Being in one asset class will wreck you. There's a reason why people are consolidating, guys. You have to understand Ray Dalio's Changing World Order. And the cool thing about this, on February 20, 2026, the new era starts. The old era dies off. And it's not like this, boom, it's not a separation. It's been planned out slowly, methodically, and now we move into the new era. You're going to see so much disclosure and exposure and more distractions than you've ever seen. Because when they tell you to look this way, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. All right, that's all I got for you guys. I gave you the real deal, authentic, exactly what I'm doing, not financial advice. Make your own decisions. I'd just rather be open and honest with you guys so you can measure my success as you did from 2020 to 2026. And now I'm going to radically transform my family's lives from 2026 to 2030. Remember, it's physical, spiritual, and financially. God is number one. God is number one. Okay. Family, number two. Protection of your ecosystem at all costs. Stay out of other men's business. They're too busy working on yours. Just a big warning out there. I'm not DMing you. I have one Instagram, one Facebook, one YouTube, one TikTok. Okay. Most of them are verified. I think all of them are verified except the Facebook page. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, we're not DMing you. We don't invest people's crypto. QFS accounts are a scam. You don't need to put your money on a QFS Web3 wallet. It's all a scam. We are an education platform. We do not invest people's money. We are educators. We educate people on capital DR. We educate people on hard work and discipline. We don't sell you how to get rich quick or become a millionaire. We teach you how to create an economic monster foundation so that you can navigate these cycles, preserve wealth, and grow your wealth through understanding economic cycles. It's education. Okay. It's understanding what money is, how money works. We show you exactly our portfolios, everything we do. Well, shit, I tell you here. So, I mean, you don't have to come to the academy, but if you want support and understanding how to build the framework, we can teach you how to do that down below in the description of this video or my social media platform. You can interview with my team to see if you're a good fit. We want to make sure that we're a good fit for you and you're a good fit for us. We love you guys. We appreciate you. As we always say, warriors, let's get your shit together. Hey, if you're still here, I also want to offer you 30 days for free for Merlin. If you go down below, click the description of my video. I'm the co-founder and creator of Merlin. We have a really cool feature coming out in 1 week where a 3-year-old can do Fibonacci. Go from the all-time high to the all-time low, and boom, you have your exit targets. We just revolutionized exit strategies and totally took over the market. So click the description of my video, click the link in my bio, join it 30 days for free, and I'll see you on the inside. See you soon.